Okay, so good morning, everyone. My name is Ismin, and today I will guide this conversation. Talk and Talk is a platform where we come to communicate in English, Spanish, French, and also Italian. We are here to help you and not to judge you, so feel free to make mistakes. And today we'll talk about why elephants never forget. But first, let's start introducing ourselves. So Jefferson, can you start?
Okay, my friends. Good morning. I'm Jefferson. I live in Goiânia, Goiás. I'm economist, professor of Catholic University of Goiás. And it's a pleasure to be here to talk about elephants' unforgettable memory.
Very good. Thank you so much, Jefferson. And what about you, Juliana?
Hello, everyone. Good morning. I'm Julie. I'm living in Belo Horizonte. Now, this week, I'm in São Paulo, to do a training. And I think I will learn about more memory with elephants.
Very good. Thank you so much, Juliana. And what about you, Ricardo?
Well, I'm Ricardo. I live at São Vicente, the favorite city from Jefferson, my friend Jefferson. He loves my city, and he think that's the best place to live too. I guarantee. Well, I'm married, I have a daughter, I have two cats, Pudim and Quindim, and well, I love soccer too. I love dancing, hang out with my friends and family. I'm working in a telecommunications company. Yeah, IT area. It's not exactly, but nowadays everyone tell about it. That's called IT. So that's it.
Very good. Thank you so much, Ricardo. So let's start our conversation. The first question is, do you consider that you have an elephant memory? So that you have a good memory? Why or why not? So, Ricardo, let's start with you. Do you have a good memory?
Unfortunately, I'm not. I don't have elephant memory. I love it too, but for the other hand, I could use my wife's brain because I don't know what happened, but my wife have incredible memory. It's so impressive. It's not me think up this way, but different persons, particular in jobs that my wife worked. It's she remembered the name of the doctors, the specialist disease that the doctors work, and I don't know. Is sometimes she got in my apartment and the notes, for example, some objects that's changed from another place or something. I don't know what happened. I believe that's the most part of my wife's brain is about memory. I don't know. It's really impressive, and sometimes they remember the event and the date, the name of the people. I don't know what happened.
So you can't do bad things for her because she remembers about everything.
Sometimes she tell me, "Oh, you made some a kind of mistake," but unfortunately I could complain because I don't know, I don't remember anything about it. So I just accept and okay.
Very good. And what about you, Jefferson?
I'm not like Ricardo's wife, but I remember a lot.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I was talking with my wife. We are trying to go in July to Fortaleza, and I was describing Fortaleza for my wife about the beaches and so many things that I remember in the past. I was describing, and I have been there 4 years ago, and the last 10 years ago, and I remember almost everything. Not the name of the bartender, the name of the attendant, but about the beaches, the places, the best place to go, something like this. I remember all of this. So I consider that not elephant memory, like in the video, but most of the time I associated one thing with the another, the name of the thing with my memory. And when I travel, I used to do this. And why I do this? Because before I travel, I read a lot about the place. For example, if I go to São Paulo, I used to, like an old guy, to see the maps.
Yeah.
I can't imagine somebody reading maps.
Particularly nowadays.
Yeah, the maps, the restaurant, the place to go. I used to read a lot. So this is so good for my memories. And just to finish, I work with figures, with numbers all the time. And I must associate all of this about economics. I read every day, so I must associate it. And I think this is so good for my memory.
And like, are you a visual person? Like, do you relate things with like images and things like this?
Yeah, all the time I do this.
Oh, very good. Yeah, I do the same. So I don't think that I have an elephant memory, but I have a good memory for some things. But like here in my house, they call me Dottie because sometimes they ask me something and when I am doing, I forget. But like about my studies, my work, I remember about the things, but some things I can't remember. And what about you, Juliana?
Yeah, I'm not a elephant memory, but I think I'm good for some situations, like the things people say to me. I always remember. People don't need to repeat for things, and for a long time I will remember, like the wife. Ricardo's wife. I remember the things, and I'm not good with maps. I'm always lost in the places, and I using the images, and I associate the things for me remember the things, and I'm remember the process, what the things happens. I always remember this.
Yeah, and I think this is something really nice. I don't know. I am a person who I like revenge. So to have a good memory for me, it's good. Like to remember about the things that people said to me. But I don't remember about the things as Juliana said, like when someone asked for me to do something or someone said something to me like years ago, I don't remember some things. And so we can go to number 3. Elephants know every member of their herd and are able to recognize up to 30 companions by sight or smell. Do you know every member of your family And are you able to recognize them by the voice or the sound of their steps? So, Jefferson, what about you?
Yes, really, really, of course. I remember the voices when I talk with my uncle. I remember the voices, different voice. I can recognize, and the voice of my brothers and sister. I haven't parents now, and I haven't mother and father, but I recognize. And sometimes it's very curious. I have a friend. It's a big friend now, but we spend long time without talking. He graduated with me in 1983, and he called me, and I remember the voice. Something, but I really don't know, because I used to associate the voice with the face, with the places, and something like this. I think this is the best way to associate it. For example, when I see Yasmin, I remember the big glasses more than your face all the time. It's like my daughter, but she isn't wearing a big glasses now, and associated this. When I see Ricardo, I remember all of this kind of headphone. It's the same headphone for 1 year and a half, maybe. I associated this. So I think this is the very good way you associated the voice, the sounds, and something like, for example, like the face, maybe.
Yeah, like sometimes like some objects that the person wears too, yeah, as you
A
said.
technique.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really nice. And what about you, Juliana?
Yes, I recognize the members of my family, and even the way to brush your teeth, the songs. I know which member. Oh, my daddy inside the bathroom now. I know, and oh, my mother, wherever, and I use the technique, the strategy to talk to the people the different way. For example, I can imagine you with the color, different color hair. When in the future you change your image, you recognize you, because I'm testing my brain to identify you in the different way.
Yeah, it's really nice what you said, and what you said about like you can recognize by the sound of them like brushing their teeth. I think this is something that we remember because we are all the time with that person, yeah. So for us, it's totally common. And what about you, Ricardo?
Well, I don't. That's weird sometimes, because I believe that I have a good memory, but I don't have I don't have a good technique, I believe. Maybe is the most part of the people don't have a good technique. Certainly, there are people that have better memory than others, but sometimes it's really weird, because I remember a lot of different situations, normally useful things. For example, the talk lines from movies. Sometimes I was watching a movie that watch, I don't know, a long time ago, and they remember the talk between two characters. And why remember these things and don't remember a lot of important things? That's, I don't know what happened. And I believe that my wife used to write things. So I watch news or a documentary there are 3 or 4 different memories, techniques memories. For example, there are some things synestésicos, and there are things that remember that you write. There are other persons that remember that you listen. So maybe I can't discover my method. But I remember when I was 10 years old, I believe, I read a magazine, comic book actually, and I remember the thing that the answer from these editors. I don't know why, and it's a strange words, because it's tell about the biological things, isso só se a gente dissesse que os nematoceros pertencem à ordem dos dípteros, subordem nematoceras com antenas em geral mais longas que o tórax. I don't know what happened, but I remember this thing, but a lot of different important things I can't remember. That's it. I have to accept some things in our lives. That's it.
Yeah, maybe your brain thought that this is important to keep with you, and the other things
exactly.
he's putting on the trash. So it's real nice to think about this, that some bullshit we remember, and the things that are important.
Exactly. The guy requests some help, or actually they made the, how do you say, the reader made a question, and the guy, the editor, answer, and how do you say, complicates the way to explain, and after that the guy tell about this phrase that I tell. So I thought this thing so weird, and I catch, and I never forgot. I don't know.
Very good. So Jefferson said about like remember the voice of the people, and Juliana said about like the appearance too. So we can go to the number 4 that talks. Elephants have also recognized humans that they once bonded with after decades apart. So can you recognize people who you once bonded with? And are you good at recognizing people's appearance? So Juliana, we can start with you.
Yes, I'm good to recognize people's appearance, because like I said, I'm training when I know the person. I'm imagining the person the different way, and I can't remember the appearance. I can't remember the name of the person, but the appearance I'm always remember.
Very good. And what about you, Ricardo? Do you recognize people's appearance?
Yeah, I'm good. Unfortunately, I remember the face or the voice, but not the name. Actually, sometimes there are a lot of there are some situations that's weird, because suddenly I introduce a topic in a conversation. For example, at the gym, and they talk fluent naturally, and they started to insert a lot of different topics, and sometimes you made a friendship with some guy, and after some while, I don't know, one month, 2 months, I remember that I don't request the name of the other guy, and oh, I know this guy. I talk with him every day, but I don't know about the name. That's weird, you know? But it occurs a lot with me. I needed to learn to request the name on the conversation when the conversation starts, and well, but it's common. Sometimes I found someone on the streets, and the guy made some hi or something, and okay, I answered, but I forgot the name, or I don't know that about the name.
Very good. And what about you, Jefferson?
I will follow my leader, Ricardo. I have the same problem sometimes. I can't remember the name, but the appearance, yes. I recognize for a long time, especially when we're getting old. And I used to to see an old guys 30 years, 40 years ago, and oh, you're too old, but your appearance is the same. It's very interesting. I use this a lot. I use this a lot. And I remember a lot of students too that I recognize, because I remember something from the students, smart students, lies students, and lazy students, all kind of personality of the students. And I remember all of this. It's very interesting. This is a strategy that I use it a lot. I use it a lot to remember. Shy students. I remember very good student, very, very shy. And I put them to give a conference, to talk to persons. And she almost, she almost, how do you say, I can't say the expression really, but can you imagine, very shy and difficult to talk. And I told you must to do a media training, something like this. And today this girl, it's a very important girl from GBS in England, and I found her a long time ago. He talks a lot, and I'm so proud of this.
Very good. And it's really nice when you remember the difficulties that the student had, and now they don't have anymore. Yeah. So we can go to number 5. Are you good at solving problems? What was the last problem you solved? Because like dealing with people, we have a lot of problems, right? So we need to solve them. And Ricardo, we can start with you. Are you good at solving problems?
Well, I believe that I consider myself a good solver problems. Well, I normally use to solve problems in my job, in my wife, some things, normal things on my house, for example, fix, I don't know, electronic things or electric things, or about plums or something. In my opinion, solve problems not exact you put your hands on the problem and solve, but contribute to solve this thing. For example, hire a professional or something. So the most important thing is the solve, so to solve problems. But well, normally I used to solve directly or hard, but the most part of the time I solve to put my hands and try to solve. And when I can't solve, I hire a professional.
But like, do you solve these kind of problems that you have in your house at the same time or not?
What's mean the sometime? I didn't
Like
understand.
when something breaks and
Oh yeah,
your wife
okay,
said,
I
"Oh,
got it.
you need to fix it," you
Yeah.
solve at the same time?
Well, normally I solve more faster than I could because sometimes you don't have any advantage. For example, when do you takes a long time to solve something. For example, you have I don't know what's the name of the torneira. That torneira is pouring water. You waste money, for example, something. So in this case, I prefer try to solve the most the faster than I could.
Yeah, very good. And what about you, Jefferson?
I think I have the same problem as Ricardo. Sometimes I try to fix the faucet, torneira, faucet. I try, but when I can't, I used to say my wife, you must ask somebody. Unfortunately, I can fix the faucet. I can fix the faucet. And a lot of things that I must fix here, I try. But when I can't, I used to say, no, you must to ask for specialized guys to fix this kind of thing. But I love problems. I work with problems every day as a student. I must put problems in to my students to solve. I love all the time, a lot of questions. All the time I asking questions for everything, especially with my wife. And sometimes she used to say, "Oh, you boring me. Come on, more questions. It's impossible." But I love to think about the explain about everything. I love to do all of this, and I use this a lot. And what is the last problem that I solved? Yeah, every day I was talking now with a student, and I solved the problem. Yeah. And I said to her, "You must do this and that. What do you think about this and that? You must think the other way. You must to look for another author. You must see the figure. You must see the numbers. Work with facts and not with the fake news, something like this." I do this every day.
So like you create problems for your students too.
Yeah. Because you must to think, you would to put your ideas in order. I think it's the best way to improve your knowledge.
Yeah, very good. And what about you, Juliana? Are you good at solving problems?
Yes, I am. I'm good in solving problem. I'm a lawyer, and so I take the people problem to solve. And I'm like Jefferson. I like challenge.
Very good. I don't think that I am good at solving problems, but I think this is something that I'm learning how to solve. So I think there is a process, And because sometimes when I have a problem, the only thing that I want to do is to cry. I just want to cry. And then, so I will cry now, and then I try to solve this. So talking about this, we can go to number 6. Elephants are one of the few now non-human animals to suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder. Do you remember the last time you suffered from post-traumatic stress disorder? So, Juliana, we can start this one with you.
I don't know if exactly post-traumatic, but I were working in the place. It's not so good environment, and I think it's not good to me. I think I remember just it.
Yeah, yeah, very good. And what about you, Jefferson?
No, I think I haven't. I never have post-traumatic disorder. I never. This kind of thing. I don't remember. Sometimes I have stress. I think it's very common. Sometimes you're very tired. You have this kind of thing. And I think the best way is to relax, to change the thing that you are doing, to change your strategy, try to see the thing the other way, to solve the problem. I think that's it.
Very good. And what about you, Ricardo?
Well, I'm a privileged guy because my wife, my life is I receive love from my parents. I receive education, so I can't, as I told you on the start of this meeting, I can't or I should complain to anything because I'm a health person and well, so in this case, when I have some problem in my mind about my soul or about the some situation in my life, I used to avoid these thoughts or this feeling because I always think about my life and all the things that I receive during my life. So in this case, I prefer to avoid or try to avoid feelings, negative feelings or something from this topic. So in this case, when I start to suffer or something affect me, I try to avoid or try to block these thoughts.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I think this is something important to do. I think it's a problem that we need to solve too. Yeah. So going about this, about emotions, in your opinion, do animals have emotions? So Jefferson, what do you think?
Yes, a lot. I have 3 dogs and 2 birds and plants. It's very interesting the way I talk with my dogs all the time. Yesterday, one of them was saying to me, "Come on, I need to walk. I need to do this," something like especially. Sometimes almost crying. I think this is a kind of emotion. And I have 2 calopsita. I think it's the same. Sometimes when I used to sing different music, or I put music for them. It's very interesting. The emotions she transformed a lot, and that's very interesting. And I think the same with my plants. Sometimes I look to the plants, they are not so good. I use to water, and she transformed a lot. I don't know. It's something different, something very special. I see the plants different when I water the plant, or when I put some, how do you say? I forget the name now. I put something to put the plant to grow. Something very special.
Yeah, it's really important what you said about plants, because like my grandmother was traveling and I was the person who needed to take care of her plants, and I didn't like. So I every day I told, oh my God, I need to water you. And I was like watering them. When my grandmother arrived at home, her plants was almost dying because I was not taking care of them like so well. And when she arrived, the plants started to to seem like so happier, you know. So, and what about you, Juliana? What do you think?
You kill it the plants, your daughter plants. And so I think absolutely the animals have emotions. When sometimes the tutor gets sick, the animals seek it too. I think it's sometimes happen.
And I don't remember, do you have a pet or did you have?
No, I don't have it because the building I live it don't it's prohibited to have a pet, but I love it dogs.
Very good. And what about you, Ricardo?
Certainly. I believe that is proved by scientists, and it's is a simple thing. It's possible to observe these situations, animal interactions each other and with humans too. Certainly, for example, a dog, when it recognizes your owner, and shake your, I don't know how I don't know the name, and is way to dog have to show your happiness. So, and the cats too, and well, certainly, for example, a plant is not possible sharing so much feelings, but a tail, so common name, but I forgot. And but the scientists analyze the plants, and the proof that it's possible to show some kind of feelings. And this certainly animals that have more conditionals, like dogs, cats, dolphins, and others. So it's possible to easily notice the animals share feelings, not so happy, but angry too. Certainly, when you arrive on a dog that you don't know each other, certainly a bark and other things that share your feelings.
Yeah, very good. And like, as we are talking about animals, I think we can go to 11 and start with you, Ricardo. What can we do to protect elephants and learn more with them?
Well, I don't know, but I'm not a specialist, but there are some things that so it's common sense. For example, don't destroy the habitat, forest, or in case of the elephants is savanna, I don't know. And I believe that is maybe any kind of animal serve respect, and so in this case it's possible to help them just for example recycle your trash is a part of our responsibility. So in this case is help a lot, not so much the animals, but every word, every every part of our world.
Yeah, very good. You brought really good points. And what about you, Juliana? What do you think we can do? Like, what can we do to protect elephants? Juliana, it's your turn. I don't think she... So go ahead, Jefferson.
Yeah, she can't listen. Yeah. I think this is the common sense. What can you do? Conservation efforts to protect, to support organization, initiative to dedicate to elephant conservation. We see this in Africa, especially in Africa. You can research and monitor, I think, the elephants, about the behavior, biology, your life, what can you do, the needs of elephants, the ecological needs, for example, and what else? And about public education. I think it's very important, how to treat, how to lead, how to tackle. You must to educate people, especially children, about the importance of elephants in our ecosystem and something like this. And not to kill, and never to kill the elephant. No.
Yeah, very good. That's it. And so